Lunch with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good. You look like a threat. I'm a threat. Yeah, it's a bad.
Lunch with your faves on Yarona FM, brought to you by KFC, and your fave is with me in the studio. Welcome, Melo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I'm very happy that this week you're not busy. And people will think, hey, you don't call up on our faves for the show. Hey, but your faves are booked and busy. Pilere no radio today. All right, welcome to the Good Life, and thank you so much for honoring the invite.
Appreciate it.
Let's just start with the cliche. Hey, who is Melo and what is he all about?
She, do Melo loyana. I'm okay.
How are you, Melo? How
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm excited. This is my birthday month, so yeah, fun times, fun times. August 20 is my birthday, so if you're listening, yes, that's the right day to buy a present. Prepare now.
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, you did ask me the question. Who is Melo? Melo is 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗀. This young man was born very, very long time ago. Like I just told you guys, you guys are young, eh? You guys are young. I feel ashamed, like saying my age now. But yeah, man, this is a young man from Mutshudi who grew up with a dream, grew up in the city of Gaborone. The dream was to be as creative as he could, like explore as many facets of his creativity as he possibly can. I've been fortunate enough to start that early and still be able to say that I'm doing it and I'm doing the things that I love today. I don't know how much more you need to know. Okay, school. I like to talk about school because I like to talk about the schools that I went to because I'm very proud of them. I spent 7 years in Benthama Primary School. I spent 3 years in 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝘁𝘵 Memorial Government Aided Community Junior Secondary School. Then I spent the last 2 years of my high school, 𝗘𝗽𝗰𝘁𝘁𝘁. Yeah, these are the places where I got to explore, especially the musical side of it, because you know when you're young, it's about what your hobbies are. Ours then was and this is where I got to hone the skill, and this is where actually Melo got to take form.
And did you always know you want to be a rapper? When did the rapping start?
No, I didn't. Hey, the influence started with one of my older brothers. He's actually the one who called me Melo. Speaking of, so Melo is actually taken from my middle name. My middle name, which I don't say a lot, is actually Meldrick.
Hey.
I was named after some boxer guy, and then one of my older brothers, as I was going through the so many names that I was trying to come up with to use as my stage name, he's like, why don't you just say Melo? I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, as far as me knowing if I'm going to be an artist or not, it started with him being a big fan of music, big fan of hip-hop music especially. He would always be bringing so this man would always be bringing, you know, the Tupacs, the Notorious B.I.G.s and whatever. So I developed a talent for it. Well, not really a talent, but a love for it at that time, which eventually grew into me just trying to mimic the guys that I listened to. And then after a while, I was like, after people started telling me I'm actually good at it, I was like, oh, okay. And then I started incorporating it into my lifestyle. This is where I'd have class presentations and I'd write them as
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where, you know, V shows, people are performing, Peanuts Abo, Whitney Houston, whoever, I come and do my stuff.
Your style.
Yeah, so after a while it became, oh, you can actually do this. And the first time I really knew that this is something I could get paid off was actually through Yarona FM. Big Duke used to host the, what was it called? The Sprite What's Your Thirst show. This would happen every Friday, where guys come here to the Yarona FM studio, and then back when it was 𝗘𝗽𝗰𝗁 extension, and then, you know, guys would be competing, writing rhymes, battling and whatever. I got second place at the finals that year.
Wow.
That was my first check of my entire life, and I was 16. That was the first check of my entire life. I get, oh, okay, I got to lick it. Yeah.
And speaking of how you write your lyrics, I want to understand the influence. You know, I want to understand where your mind is, because you don't play with words. No, you don't play. No kids play. You don't play with words. How do you sit and just start thinking?
I think it's because I've always been a fan of language and the use of language and being innovative in how I write what I write. This is me who was writing. Like, I remember I've been writing poems since as early as like Western 2. I remember writing this one hand.
I was gonna get there.
And then I developed a love for language. This is me being, doing more literature and English at school and getting good grades in it, getting more Englishing, always getting, giving any prizes about the composition and whatever. And I was like, oh, as I was developing that as the creative aspect of it, as far as now starting to create, it's I don't know. Comes naturally is a word that I don't like to use that phrase, but it's something that comes naturally in the sense of, it's easy for me to pick ideas and get stuff from whatever external sources and be able to incorporate it into the kind of music that I make.
So even at this age, you still send paragraphs? You're good with words. I mean, like...
Or I still send paragraphs. Yeah, baby sits on to me.
No, come on. Appreciation. It's International Women's Work Month today.
No, it's literally
Somebody said that our international we'll probably think about it tomorrow. But I mean, we have Mother's Day, we have Valentine's, we have birthdays.
Yes.
Do you still go all out, or you only do that? Like you're in your element for your music?
For the music, you're gonna get me cussed out because she wants me to put a bit more effort.
Exactly.
Yeah, she would appreciate it if I put a bit more effort. But hey, there's something that I've always wanted to add a disclaimer to as far as my creative aspect of my music. There's this thing that I keep getting asked. Someone asked me to talk about it on the show here yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was, people say I freestyle, as in when I'm creating, everything just comes out in that moment. Now, this is not necessarily true. What I do is I write music up here. I've never been a big fan of writing music down because I hate seeing
I
don't like that.
I don't like that.
And I'm from the era where you had to write your lyrics down. But this is before smartphones. So I developed honed that skill very early on because I get tired of seeing my own handwriting on a page. So what I do is I meditate on an idea. So if I get into a studio today and I have to work on something, I sit on it, see what's inspiring me, see if there's an idea, bounce around some ideas, and then I start creating and meditating on it, and that's how I record. Yes, so now you know a random person who asked me yesterday.
Okay. Anyway, I have a lot of questions that I wish that random person could have asked you as well, or at least pushed you to come answer. Because I think as a radio presenter, everybody will think, yeah, I guess she has the platform, she'll ask her everything. I don't have the confidence. Nah, it's alright.
Let's go.
At least gives you a middle name. Now or later, I get once. Say hi to me.
Never again. Never again. This is why I don't do interviews.
Next thing, Anyway, let's talk about 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵, right?
What?
𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵.
Hey, I heard like a bad word.
What? What did you hear?
You said it so quick. Just go say this after this during the ad break. Say that again.
𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵. I'm Kalanga, so maybe my question.
I heard a bad word, dude. I was like, oh, you can say that already?
No. And I hope you tuned in when I'm like, you didn't hear what he heard. You heard what I said. You've been teasing it for a very long while now. You know? What took you so long to drop an album?
Life. Yeah. Here's the thing that happens, especially with hip-hop music, especially in this country, is that, this is something that when you're really young, it's easy to do because you are undistracted. It's either you're going to school and then you do this thing on the side as a hobby. You have a lot of time to dedicate to it. You have a lot of passion for it that is, that is unstimulated. You don't need to think about whether or not you want to do it. But as you get older and certain things about life start getting in the way, your focus kind of changes. And I'm not going to lie, the biggest reason for my focus changing was, firstly becoming a father, and then, assuming certain responsibilities as I got older. Now you're becoming a man, you don't have as much time as you can to dedicate it to music. 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵 wasn't helping that, even with the music that we were releasing at the time, the radios weren't playing us.
Don't look at me.
Oh no, you're fairly new. You're fairly new. So let me just look around. They weren't playing us like they used to. So it's like, I don't feel this as much as I used to.
Yeah.
You know, being a creative requires a certain amount of creative spark. And this is something that, you know, I you know, sometimes you get writer's block, sometimes you're stimulated in certain ways. But now more than ever, I feel like if there's anything I need to leave as part of my legacy as an artist, at least drop the damn album. Yeah.
And before that, you mentioned something about, you know, life happening.
Yeah.
And from a few artists that I've talked to in the past few days, weeks, they were mentioning sometimes they get mind blocked because life is not happening. So they have nothing to sing about because they like giving us music that they relate or they live. Do you do the same?
Say that again?
Hey. Your life, like your real life.
Hey man, as a matter of fact, the whole idea of the 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵 album was to address that. I'm the last born of my mother's children. And with that, I feel like it is a platform to speak about so much about life. Which is why the most recent song that I dropped was 𝗪𝗶𝘁𝗵𝗵, which addresses, you know, personal things. That's some of the content that's also on the album. I'm at an age where I can be speaking about partying and girls and whatever every day.
Yeah.
So the things that I can draw my inspiration from, it's only about 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗵𝗫. Hey, no, I know what I'm going through now. I know that I've had I had a bad year, or I had a bad day, or I had, you know, a bad relationship. This is stuff that I can talk about, and this is stuff that I am putting in the music now.
All right. And for you tuned in, before we envelope further our conversations regarding his album, give it a hear. It's Melo's song 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗵𝗫. I think it's one of my favorite, actually.
Thank you very much.
Genuinely, it is. I'm not saying it because you're here. I enjoy it. I like songs that I understand. But yeah, give it a hear and engage with us on +267391106.
𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗵𝗫. It's that song. What went through his mind when he wrote 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗵𝗫? It's that song. Yeah.
Melo, El Tito, what was going on? Our sharp out who hurt you?
Yeah. No, you know, like I was just saying before you went for the break, I draw a lot from personal experience.
Yes.
So this came from a period in time when one of my older brothers, especially as a matter of fact, my closest of my brothers, we were going through like a really rough patch where it's like, oh my guy, can't they? What the F, ne? Yeah, like, you know, I thought we'd be in each other's lives more, especially now that we're older. And, you know, you and me were practically raised like twins because he's only a year older than me. And it's like, and we're not even trying to be a part of each other's lives and stuff like that.
Hence 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗵𝗫.
Hence 𝗪𝗪𝗫𝗫. Contrary to popular belief, no, it's not meant for Tobo. He knows that. But my brother actually played it for him. I played it for him before it. I told him, hey man, there's some stuff I've been meaning to address.
Damn! Hey, we don't want that sibling artist.
Yeah.
We can't even talk about it.
No, but that's why even
How
in
did
this,
he handle it?
he took it quite well because he understood that there's something towards the end of the song, that things that I'm saying, you know, half the time we blame people for things that go wrong. We make it very one-sided. But I don't want to. The fact of the matter is I'm not blameless in this as well. Then there are things that I could have done. I wasn't there for you in certain instances. I could have tried harder to connect a certain way. So maybe Len, I'm just as guilty as you are. So, you know, I get it.
Love it.
I get it.
Did you guys rekindle the relationship after the song?
We did. We actually, when I played, I told him, hey man, I got a diss track for you. We were actually out drinking together. We were just chilling. It was just two of us hanging and whatever. And we were having such a good time. I was like, hey man, I'm not trying to dampen the mood, but I got something for your ass. Press play.
I love that.
Yeah. No, but he actually took it quite well, and we had to sit down. We talked about it, not for too long though, because we didn't want to start crying.
Yeah.
Because men don't cry. Real men don't cry.
They actually do.
Don't play.
Right here on The Good Life, people need to cry. And back to the conversation regarding your album, right? Before we get to the WhatsApp text that you have right here.
No doubt.
Do you have features on your album? Do you have people that you featured on the album?
Yes. Although those I can't disclose. What I can disclose is people who are producing the album. So I have my frequent collaborators, 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗵𝗫, Press Beats is featuring nephew from 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘀𝗵, Westbrook, Who else? Mark Sunners. I'm sure I'm saying some names that you guys probably don't, but you know, these are guys that I have really good relationships with and who have been, you know, have inspired me a lot musically. And who else? Who am I not mentioning? Trippy Boy is one of them. Who else? But if I'm forgetting your name, my bad, man. I'm just old. But yeah, but as far as features, if there are any that I can guarantee are on the album. I've done a lot of music with artists from 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝗵𝗵. I'm supposed to have 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵 on a song. Speaking of, can I take this tangent right here?
Have it.
Can I go on my tangent? So, 𝗪𝗁𝘁𝘂𝗿, ke budiwa Melo. Ke tlile mo redong gompieno go address sengwe le mme Luhle wa show ya lona. Luhle ke tlo go botsa potso. Well, it's something I asked you off air. I was
chilling with a respectable journalist with over 25,000 experience right here on my show on Monday, and they said no comment is also a comment. Yeah, we can move.
Okay. Oh, you're standing on business.
Standing on business.
I feel you. No, but you know what? No. But I have to say this.
I didn't diss her. Let's unpack on it. I like it because a lot of podcasts invited me to go talk about it, and I really like when somebody comes and we're having the show on my show.
I saw a clip, and in the clip, it seemed like you were. Because I could hear.
Did you watch the whole? No. Leave my camera, my crew out. Listen, you had the clip. Did you watch the whole video?
I watched the part where you were pretty much saying she doesn't do anything for you.
What?
Yeah, like you like it's but you're saying something real wild like that.
I didn't say that. However, I did acknowledge literally less than 24 hours after you saw the clip. I did acknowledge that I probably didn't say it the way that I was supposed to. But I could change the words. I would never change what I meant. I would forever change the type of words that I said. I could have said them better. I could have picked better words. I could have used probably a better tone, right? But what I meant, I would never change that. And I went as far as apologizing on air and to her. And I genuinely think, I mean, it's August, man. I said this, we recorded this in Feb, right? It aired in March.
Yeah, but I've had a chip on my shoulder about that for a very long time. As an artist, like as artists, especially people who work with her and people that know her personally. Because the thing is, we know that that's a beautiful soul, man, and she's a very talented person.
As an artist, and that's the other thing that I want.
You were just being one of these young radio personality Instagram haters. But I'm playing around with you. I got love for you, man. But just
I like that because that's a candid thing somebody in the street would not say to me, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I also have candid responses I would never say because somebody would think it's because I have a platform. But the truth is, I was a consumer. And I was talking to the artist and her, not her. Because her, in reality, that's a bomb woman. Have you seen her? With that ass, I'd never sit down. You feel me? She's not good. Like, she's hot. Come on. I have no business talking to a fine hand like her. You feel me? But I was a consumer of her music. For all artists, I could have used anybody else. I could have used Drake. I could have used Melo.
Exactly. And we singled out one person.
Okay, change the story. Let's use Melo. I'll find a line.
And you guys don't say this about Drake, and all these other guys.
I do. I mean, I broke up.
Where's the clip? We saw the clip of you talking about her.
That's created. I broke up with Trey Songz because Trey Songz was, Trey Songz was messing around.
No, but yeah. Anyways, I wanted to come here and speak for my sister and tell you that, hey, man, we didn't like it.
All right, Melo.
Didn't like it.
I apologize on air. I'll have the team cut all this cut for you. That's a clip you will watch moving forward to have a soft spot for you. Moving on, Melo.
Snap.
What should we expect in your album?
What you should expect on my album. You should expect 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝘁𝗵𝗵.
Love it. Can't wait.
No, I'm playing. You should expect a lot of music, man. A lot of good music that I've been working on. The thing about this being my first album is that there's so much pressure to create good music in the sense that it's all these years worth of experiences, so people are expecting it. I know what my listeners are expecting from it, and with that there's an amount of pressure to make sure that I execute it accordingly. Now the album should have come out 3 months ago actually. I've had to reschedule a couple of things, but it should be coming out in the next couple of months before the year's end. As I'm trying to also put it out well. For someone who's taken so long to put out that album, it's only right that even the promotion of it is different from how I normally approach it. Yeah, but I expect it to be the best I could possibly give you, because you might just be getting just this one.
Okay. Okay, is it because you're getting old?
Shit.
Come on, Grandpa.
Who told you I'm getting old?
Come on, Uncle Bay. Let's talk, man.
Hey, man, I don't want to be 40 and still rapping, honestly. I don't, hey.
I feel
not,
you.
Yeah, not rapping competitively. I don't want to still be doing that. I could be doing it as something I do on a weekend or whatever.
Yeah. And in 2023, I'm not sure you're going to remember this, but you have to. It was a freestyle, and you said, I had an influencer tell me that I'm not on the A-list. Who was that influencer?
I'm not going to name names now. We have made peace.
We have made
peace. We have made peace.
I made peace with Bouncy. I mean, I have peace. She has peace. Let me know your person and share with the peace.
No, Dana, man, I feel bad seeing this. It was someone that I had a high regard for at the time, where it's like, Ibile, you are excited about approaching this person because they have years worth of experience, and I was trying to engage this person to actually be my manager at the time, and the conversation was sour. Joe, hey, the conversation was wild, and you know those things. I think I'm a different person now. I didn't take the criticism well at the time.
Yes,
because it's like, I don't because. I don't think I would want to manage you because it's a lot of work to do. And to be fair, I kind of get it now. No, because I understand there's a certain amount of presence and promotion that comes into being an artist, which is an artist of my age. I don't want to keep saying age, but an artist of where I'm at right now. We don't do that as much.
Yeah.
I'm not on social media every day. I really am. I don't take pictures of life. I live it. I'm in it.
Love it.
Hey. I'm not out here at every show every day. I'm not here socializing, being a personality, and that has worked against me as far as putting me in a position where someone would say they're interested in being a part of this. So I think if that we had the same conversation now, I'd take it much better than I did then. But yeah, I've since made peace with this person named Undisclosed.
Oh, when I get no comment is a comment.
Next
thing.
Okay,
so mara a reng gompieno ha letse be a re mo A list ka no ntse ha mo A list no sa ba teng net Melo
no Mukila poster wa baba. So I think the mind has changed, but now I'm too cool to go ask them again. No, I want to say, man, you blew your chance, Nick.
No,
FOH.
No, but I
just that quality district.
I mean, never mind. I don't want to be trending again. But I mean, if I was to simplify the sentence in a language Luhle understand, I would probably read it. I'm like, so whoever said that said Melo for a blow. But that's a chat for another day. That's a chat for another day. And still on your freestyles, what you said, do you really think Urban Souls sell sneakers? What do you mean? What do they sell?
Isn't that your sponsor?
I'm trying to understand because
you're trying to get me to say controversial things.
Nah.
Why do you want me to say bad things?
I want to understand. So you sing bad things in your tracks?
No. I carry you single out things that it's me putting someone on the spot.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly
I got love for Urban Soul, man.
Then what do you mean
Those
on
are
your
my
song?
people.
Okay, what did you mean? That's all.
It was just addressing, people talk in the city. And people say a lot in the city.
Listen,
we're
unpacking.
You're a problem.
I'm a solution.
But you know what's crazy? There's something that I've never talked about. I actually approached Morph about it to just address it with him before the thing came out.
Yeah, and he's a great gent. He understands.
I actually did. And I told him, this is not me saying this.
Yeah.
This is just the popular talk.
Yeah.
So I hope you understand that it's not like a personal attack.
Yeah.
It's just home.
He
was very cool about it. It's very cool about it.
Because music, as much as, I think also just to put it out there, as much as you say your life influences the type of songs you make, when you say life, you don't mean Melo's world. You mean the whole world.
I mean the world.
So if Luhle says something in the street, you're probably going to sing about it, but you're saying Luhle said, I feel...
So the next verse, Luhle said, Bouncy. So that's exactly how it happens. Just in case you wonder how people's names end up in my thing, this is how it happens.
This is it.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna entertain that. too
no
much.
comment
but,
is a comment.
Yeah,
Melo.
but it's one of those where it's like people, you know, you see someone be successful at something, you don't quite understand how the success came, so you start formulating opinions and,
True.
you know, have little things to say about it.
True.
So at that time, the talk was that, nah, man, they can't just be,
you know, because you're looking at two solid entrepreneurs. You're like, how do they do it? You know?
And you know what? I came to attribute it to Botswana Rintsalo. Like, I mean, these guys were doing massive things. This is having several stores across the country and different malls, all the big malls at some point.
And they were fully present. They still are very present in that business.
And it's one of those brands that outstood the test of time. So many brands have come and left in between all that time. And this is the one brand that's still standing to this day. So they actually deserve a lot more of our respect than a lot of what you're trying to get me to say. Yeah.
I like that you're such a confrontational person. I guess now what I got a mail. After interview, we're going on a date. KFC is where it's at. Or yes, you get here, you do this to me. But it's all right. Let's talk about 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘃𝘁𝘃.
Wait,
did you address it with them?
No, I didn't. Because, no, I didn't. No, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I was going to. Firstly, let me just say how this started. Because people keep asking me this, but I think I've stopped talking about it. Someone was giving me props on social media. And then he came with a comment where he was saying something that I still have a screenshot of to this day. And I didn't appreciate what he was saying. So that is why I said that line. I will address this thing with him. Now, the only problem was shortly after I said that, he went through that rough period. It was a highly publicized period. And I was like, man, you don't want to kick a man while he's down.
You feel me?
Let this man live. It's okay.
I like that. You have a WhatsApp text from 𝗕cie𝘁𝘀𝘄. Hey, Luhle, ask Melo what happened to 𝗪𝗂𝘰. And is a reunion on the cards?
No, I hate that guy and I will never be friends with him again. I'm playing. No, I'm playing. Hey, hey, man. You better not. You better not. Hey. What happened with 𝗪𝗂𝘰 was just a natural outgrowing of something. 𝗪𝗂𝘰 was formulated while we were still in high school. This is around Form 4 age. And then we'd been recording stuff randomly since then. And then by the time we got to 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃 Studios, you know, all of that happened. 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃 move and all those, we managed to put out the album. But after a while, it's like, okay, now we're getting to the age where you're growing up. You start getting jobs. You start seeking out life. You want to settle down, stuff like that. So it was like, we felt like it was a natural, we were in the natural state. Yeah, maybe we did what we could.
Yeah,
because you don't want to spend the rest of your life being a teen pop sensei. That's what 𝗪𝗂𝘰 was anyway. Boy band.
And I think that's what people don't understand. Squad and just break up.
I'm not gonna lie and say we haven't had issues even after that. So shortly after, we agreed, okay, maybe it's time to hang up the mic as far as the group, because we were pursuing different things. Some things got in the way, but you know, being friends and being brothers, obviously there'll always be but we got over it. That's my brother, man. I was at this man's wedding. Yeah.
You don't even look like you can dance.
Me, I was in the bridal, but I have the videos, man. I got the evidence.
You got the receipt,
man.
Get out of here.
You play too much.
Now, maybe give us an instance of how you define BW hip hop center. Somebody who has never heard of it. I mean, I didn't grow up in hip hop. Because I grew Motswana. Deep no lie.
Pause, nigga.
I was from the hood, my boy. Come on, girl. It was nothing personal.
You weren't living the music then.
I wasn't. What can you? Yeah.
What would you
How can you explain the hip hop?
The hip hop industry to someone who doesn't know. The hip hop industry in Botswana is very confusing for me, especially for me, in my opinion. This is because, in my eyes, ask anyone, even guys who are outside the country, like SA will tell you, Zim, Namibia, all these guys will tell you that Botswana has some of the best talent when it comes to hip hop music. Some of the craziest talent when it comes to hip hop music. There's so many guys from when we started to right now, the current batch of artists. Incredible. To the point where they're trying to claim some of them. I always see guys say William Last is that guy or Vizo's that guy or whatever. Yeah, to the point where they're trying to claim them. The only problem is that the music part is great, the creative side is great, but the business side is still lacking. I think we are yet to find a way to turn our artists, firstly, into superstars, secondly, into turn the music into a business. Formalize it to the point where you see guys having a livelihood off of it. The reason why some of us aren't as in it as we used to be is that you're like, I'm spending money on something that doesn't have any rewards. I'd rather go make money elsewhere, and then I'll come back to this because it's something I love doing.
Alrighty.
So
let's continue this chat in just a minute. +26739110666. Call throughout the show. Send through a WhatsApp text, WhatsApp voice note, and have this chat with Melo. You're still tuned to The Good Life on Yarona FM with myself, Luhle, aka your ideal butterfly, aka 𝗪𝗲𝗪. I think Melo's gonna give me a new name about how I, become the talk of the city for all the wrong reasons. I'll fix that. I'll fix that, right? Make me a song. I'm like, did I intro nyana so they see.
Hey, you think we're friends because we're talking now?
Friends,
I can take you in. It's lunchtime and I'm playing, man. I'm playing.
Now, before this, we went for a quick break. You were talking about the downside of just the music industry, hip hop industry to be exact. But I want you to address 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃. You guys, the big dogs, you guys are gatekeepers. Do you agree? You guys are gatekeepers, and it kind of kills the direction or the future for the upcoming artists. That's why you can find today Luhle wakes up, she's a hip hop artist. Melo support mentor piano. It's because you guys are gatekeepers. But what do you have to say about that?
I disagree. I think the only gatekeeping that the older generation of BW hip hop probably has is listing you can't have a top 10 without Melo. That's the only time I ever see anyone my age or from my generation comment on stuff. But beyond that, I think we're the most welcoming. I mean, we're the ones that do the most features, that engage the most. There are other genres in this country where you are wondering, this guy has been the guy for 25 years. There hasn't been a guy after him. He seems to be the only one. He's known to be the one who, when a new artist is coming up, he crushes them. Hey man, you know the guys I'm talking about. It's never been in hip hop. We're actually the most accommodating and embracing genre, in the sense that we allow there's always a new generation and it always has space to breathe. Like the generation before me was 𝗕𝗃𝗁𝗪, the Lebo, the Scars, Oracles, Cats, Zeuses, and whatever. We got in right after them. Our generation was probably Rona, Lebo. Damn, who was there around the time? I can't even remember. Snap, I can't remember. But it's never felt like anyone is stopping anyone from progressing. Yeah. Whereas in other genres, like I'm saying, guys have been around for a very long time.
Okay, let's talk about...
And don't open doors.
Let's talk about Melo taking it to the screen now. Seen on TV as well.
Ooh, yes.
And I just want to understand, there's this thing that once you are in TV, automatically next thing, DJ, next thing, you want to do everything in the entertainment field. Has that always been your dream? As soon as artist, I'm the big dog. I'm going to TV because face card never declines.
Not necessarily. I will say though, the music allowed me to transition to TV very easy, because music is performance anyway. And TV to me has always just been reciting words, which is what we do in music, standing in front of a camera, what we do in music, and presenting something to an audience, another thing that we do in music. I think the part that really started to be where I'm like, oh, but this thing I can take it and do other things is from the TV element, because through TV I started practicing script writing. Through script writing I started practicing, producing content, as far as being able to sit, behind the camera and call the shots and say, this is what we can do, write ads, voice ads, stuff like that. So I think it was the TV part that's the one that elevated me to understanding, oh no, but you can actually do a lot more with what you're given.
Are you still doing any work for TV?
I'm not in front of the camera anymore. I'm producing a lot more than I was. So like I said, a lot of my work is either producing shows for TV. There's actually a pilot that we're running, several, with a couple of business partners of mine. And then there are other projects that we've been shooting randomly, whether it's for corporates or whether it's ads and documentations and stuff like that.
Are we ever going to see you back on the screens again anytime soon?
It'll have to be the right project, hey? It'll have to be something that's because media has changed also.
Yeah.
I mean, especially how 𝗬𝗲𝗲 podcast, you realize that people buy more into personality than anything.
Sure.
So if I ever am to do it again, I would have to do it differently. But like I said, I'm producing a couple of things. Some of them I've been featuring in, but at a limited kind of space. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever jump back in, but if I do, yeah, it'll just have to be the right project.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Now, any last words regarding, towards people who listen to you for the first time? Somebody is inspired, or somebody had a very funny perspective about you, and you're an open book, you know?
Yeah.
You're direct, you're legit, you're candid to your music, to your craft, and all other aspects of your life. What could you say to them?
To them about themselves or about me?
About themselves. Yeah.
About themselves.
Yeah.
Don't let them stop you. Ba yaka, ba go jala sitsa, ba tlo go swabela, bana le mathata a bona ba batlang go projectela mo go wena. If you are passionate about, go out there and get it. Let no man stop you. But while you are getting it, remember to find ways to get other things through it. Because one of the things we do is pursue passions that if they fail, they disgruntle us to the point where we are frustrated and don't want to do anything else. But if you're passionate about it, get it and allow it to get you into other things. Use that as your tool to open so many other doors. But the most important is if you're passionate about it, don't let no one, not one of these niggas stop you.
I love that. We have a WhatsApp text from Bunny. I'm loving the conversation. It's been a while listening to real conversation. I don't know you, but now I'm hooked. Work on your socials, bro. It can do you wonders, bro. Thanks for unpacking Morara's song. Found myself thinking about my relationship with my sister. You want to respond to him?
Work on your socials. I've never been, okay, this is something that I need to, I get this a lot, where it's like, we can't find you on X or whatever. I'm notoriously private, hey? I'm a very, very private person. Firstly, I'm an introvert. And secondly, I've never been about, I told you earlier, I'm not the guy who's going to be taking pictures of every random moment. I'm not even about that. I can try. But don't expect me to consistently be on the socials and stuff like that. I'm a very private person. And even to my family, to the point, family and friends, they don't always know where I'm at and what I'm doing. But I like it that way. It's peaceful.
And it's nothing personal.
It's peaceful. It's
Love it. Thank you so much for coming and honoring the invite to Yarona FM to the good life, Melo.
Yeah.
I owe you the 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁. Just put it on my bill. I got you in future.
Yeah, go tsana go drive through kwa ke ba ra ke rutla re tle go tsa bucket for one.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁 day. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, before I go, shout out to 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘶, man. This guy's a young legend in the making. He's been doing tremendous things. I want to say this out because I don't think I don't think people give people a lot of love. He deserves his flowers while he's still here. While they're out there giving him money, what he needs to know is he's incredible. He's putting the country on the map. The number of people that I saw that are posting from content creators, Bakobo States, and all these different places who are talking about this young man from this very small country. Big shout out to him, man. Big shout out to him.
Like a threat.
I'm a threat. Yeah, it's a bad. Yeah.
Lunch with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good.